Generic greetings and welcome back once again to the Hunter Call of the Wild. Today's beverages: a pomegranate and cranberry juice drink, very tasty indeed. So in a previous video of the Hunter we were, well, hunting as you may expect, but that wasn't the prime reason for the video. It was mainly just to sort of chill out and relax and take in the sights and sounds and vistas and generally just be in, albeit virtual, nature and the world. And we did manage to net ourselves a couple of deer and then finally missed the last one, but you know, you can't have everything. And that was supposed to be it. I wasn't really going to be featuring the game anymore because it's not everybody's cup of tea. It's very different from the thing I normally feature, and quite frankly, as I said, I thought that would be it. But several people did comment and say that actually they found the game really relaxing and it was nice just to chill out and enjoy the scenery and the vistas, and they would like to see more. So if there's anything they can do, especially in these uncertain times, to help people de-stress, then by all means I'm going to do it. So this may not be for you, but if that's the case, then it's not for you. As I said, we're going to be chilling out and seeing what we can do. In this particular case, let's have a quick look at our phone. We can see that it says harvest 2 black-tailed deer in Balmont, and if we look at the map, we can see that this is where we have to be. The map has been, I was going to say increased, but technically the map hasn't changed in size, but while I've played the game more and got some more equipment and expanded and found more things in the map. So that's lookout points being found, there's a one over there being found, and yeah, that's what's happened. In terms of gear, I've got some more as well, and I'll show you that as we progress on, but the main focus is down the south here. You can see that there's many rest and need zones, but this one here in particular is a need zone for black-tailed deer between 9 and 1:30, and it is currently 8:33, so bang on the money for that time. So what we need to do is go over to that location, and instead of stalking the deer, we'll pretty much just like sort of hide out and do it that way. The wind is currently not favourable, which is a bit of a shame, but what I'm going to do is go to the cache here, and we can see in storage there's all different types of things, and the new weapons that I have, I've got a Silicon MN 1890, which I believe is just a Moss in the Gand, Russian Moss in the Gand, and then we have this Vasquez Cyclone .45, which is an air rifle, but it's a 45 caliber air rifle, and then obviously the bullet's 7.62 for the MN 1890. And if we go down the bottom here, you can see we've got all different pieces of equipment there. So a lot of this is DLC. You can see all the ribbons that show that, but we've got things like tents, hides, and the thing we're going to use, the tree stand, where basically you attach it to a tree and then it gives you a height advantage. And I'm going to go with probably the conifer. I'm not really too sure. I don't think it particularly matters. You also got a deployable tripod stand, which is basically the thing that lifeguards sit on. Let's go with probably a timber conifer. We'll go with conifer. I don't think it really matters, to be honest with you. Either way, we're going to head over to this location, to there. I'm going to put a waypoint there and we'll head over there. Now it's about 400 meters away, so we're going to run for about maybe until we're about maybe 250 away from it, and then we will walk. But I want to approach slightly from the southwest because of the way that the wind is blowing. And then we'll put the hide up and then we'll just chill out and see what we can find. Now, with it being a sort of stationary thing, it's going to be patience, and we might not even find anything, but we can have a natter and just sort of chill out and check the terrain and scenery out. As you can see, oh, we've got some alert calls there. That is a white-tailed jackrabbit warning thumb. If we do get any alerts, any warnings from the deer, black-tailed or white-tailed deer, I will stop and just crouch walk towards our location. So you can see we have got some tracks, look to be bear or moose. It is a black bear going that way. They're very skittish, so it's unlikely that we'll see any one of them. When I previously used this sort of tree hide, it worked out quite well, and in fact I managed to place it, I think I can show you on the map, yes, right over here, and it was actually at night when I placed it, or rather it was getting dark when I placed it, and I only planned on being there for maybe a couple of in-game hours. In fact, what happened is I was there a couple of real hours, because it was basically a game trail, and there was so much stuff going past. It was unbelievable. There was so much, like, there was bears, and is that another call? That is a black bear, that's fine. Yeah, there was bears, there was deer, there was moose, and even a couple of rabbits. Actually, no, I don't think there was rabbits. Coyotes went past as well, and it was such a lucrative spot that I stayed there for a couple of hours, even because it was playing co-op as well with a couple of mates, and they were elsewhere in the map, and they could just hear like a shot ring out, and they're like, "Is that you again?" "Yes, it is. Sorry, I've got another one." And that's what happened, and it was quite, as I said, a decent place, and I think I got a couple of levels just doing that alone. So yeah, there you are. I'm going to switch over to our binoculars. I haven't really been looking out for any wildlife in particular. This location I'm going to is actually a place I've been before and hunted successfully. I think we walked past it in the previous video. However, I've also set up a hide here before as well. So yeah, there you are. So coming close to 100 meters, you notice I haven't been running for quite some time. That looks to be all flattened down there, so I don't know if there's been something laid there. I haven't yet got the skills to find certain tracks and certain clues, but when you get different perks and skills and abilities, you will get that. As soon as you get within 100 meters, I'll probably crouch and I'll sneak over there, because I don't want to alert anything if it is there. It's unlikely to be there. This is a need zone, a rest zone, I believe, between 9 and half 1. But the thing is, there's no guarantee that something will certainly be there at night. It's not going to hit 9 o'clock and suddenly just six deer appear there sleeping. They will generally obviously walk to the location rather than teleport, because most deer don't have that ability. But, you know, assuming that we get something, they'll could be chilling out there. They might not be. We'll have to see how it goes. While we're crouch walking over there, I'm going to go over to my inventory to portable structures and place this portable structure in number 7. Now, the portable structure, the way it works is you select it, and you might be able to just see in the distance there some trees, because not every tree can support this. Obviously, it's going to depend on the type of tree, the size of the tree mainly. I'm going to guess anyway. It's going to be size. I mean, you can't just have like a, you know, like a 5-year-old oak. It's you know, not very tall at all. You have to have quite the substantial tree in order to get this tree stand hide thing in, and then yeah, do that way. In terms of the advantages, obviously it gives us an immediate physical height advantage. That's sort of number one bonus really, so you can see around. It also does give you some cover, so you are classed as just in the straight flat white bar cover. So at the moment you see it's bloomed on the bottom right slightly. Not gonna, yeah, it'll be better when we're up there, even though it's in direct sunlight. So its position will matter. It's actually not this one that I'm looking at this one, I'm thinking, do I place it here? It is a possibility, but there's also a couple more just ahead. I don't know if you can see that. So we're going to go for those there, because we're actually heading towards that now, so I can remove that waypoint there. We'll remove that waypoint, because we know that one's down there. So you've got 2 trees on the left, and I'm looking at that tree there. Is one of those a possibility? I'm hoping so. The wind is good. It's not blowing down over there. I do have a couple of callers, so we can set up and use those callers. But, I mean, that's some nice terrain. As I said, I didn't plan on featuring the game anymore, but people said, oh, yeah, quite relaxing just to see the terrain, and albeit virtual. And how nice a game it was. And it is a nice-looking game, that's for sure. Maybe we'll get some weather as well. There was another time when I was in a thunderstorm, like thunder and lightning, really heavy stuff as well. And yeah, quite frankly, sitting up in a tree on a metal stand while holding a gun, predominantly made of metal, I didn't really feel that safe. Although I assume, maybe perhaps wrongly, that you can't get hit by lightning in the game, because otherwise that would be a bit dodgy. So, I'm going to stop and listen. Stop, look and listen. Nothing there, as far as I can tell. But as I said, it is 9:02, so it is possible that things are there now. I said our objective is to harvest 2 black-tailed deer in Belmont, and I've already done 1. Didn't even mean to. I was just wandering through the forest, and I just looked to the left, and I was like, is that deer? And it sort of looked at me, and I was like, sorry, and I shot it right through the head. Very relaxing game, isn't it? Right, so we've got the options for one at the back there, and then one there as well. That one at the back is probably the one we're going to go with, so let's head down there. You also may notice I now have something on the bar on the bottom right, where it says, you can see the compass with a little sort of weather thing in there, like a cloud, and that is our windage indicator. So when using a scoped weapon, I believe it has to be scoped. Yeah, I think it's scoped. It will, and you activate it, you gain the windage. Not that you understand that is a requirement for what we're doing. So there's, yeah, that one there. I almost didn't see it because of the light. And the, I was going to say God rays, but there aren't many because it's not very foggy. You can see it is a little bit. But the sun's probably burning that off. So we'll creep through here. And we'll get our tree stand. But it matters where it goes because you can see it snaps to certain points. Moose mating call, okay. Having it right up top is probably not good because there's so many branches there, so I think there. So we place that and enter. And that is about as good as it gets for us. Okay, so we're in this tree stand now, and as you can see, we've got like a little seat there. It's sort of clamped on, and we probably could have gone a little bit further up, but I don't think it much matters. I think this is a reasonable place to be. We can see that need zone just there, and hopefully we didn't cause any great disturbance. So we will get out our caller. I do have a different caller here. There's the bleater there for the deer. I've also got another one as well, which is for something not of this earth. I don't know. Apparently that is a call for a jackrabbit, I believe. Hang on, what does it say? It is the predator jackrabbit caller. Tracks small predators like coyote and red foxes using the sound of a distressed jackrabbit. Affected species: red fox, coyote, lynx, jackals, lions, grey wolves, and another wolf. There you go. Anyway, so we're up in a tree. We will use our bleaters and see if we can bring anything in. Now, as I said, there's nothing there at the moment. I'm mainly just listening out for any noise and like things going through the forest. But we should probably get some Mark 1 eyeballs on this with enhanced binocular vision. If nothing else, take in the sights. You can see all the little sort of seeds, I think there would be, like coming through here. So if they're going to approach, they could come realistically from any direction, but they may go to the water early in the morning, drink, and then come here to rest. That's possible. Visibility to the right, to the west and north, is fairly bad, but if we see any movement, then, you know, hopefully that'll do us. See a big cloud coming in there. Luckily, it's just missed including the sun. In terms of weapons then, let's have a quick look. We have got the .45. Sorry, no, this is the Moss and Nagant 7.62. In terms of stat-wise, it is accuracy 64, recoil 58, reload speed 60, and hip shot 72. Not that I've ever hit shot a weapon in the game on purpose anywhere. I say on purpose because there's been a couple of times when I've accidentally clicked and just let a shot off, and then just there's a million warning calls, and it's like, right, well, there's that like 10-minute stalk, sort of pointless. The Vasquez Cyclone .45 is, as you can see, similar in some stats. So it's got a bit less accuracy, only by 6. It's 60 instead of 64. Reload speed 49, recoil 10, so almost none at all, and hip shot is 90. Magazine 7 rounds as opposed to the 5, but the difference comes, the same scope by the way, the difference comes in the ammo. So you can see the 7.62 soft point bullet, military surplus. It's got an effective range of 150 meters, 15 penetration, 17 expansion, recommended classes 3 to 7, and if you look on the left hand side there, you can see it's DLC, and it's got a lot of symbols. So you've got deer, wild boar, looks to be, is that foxes or coyotes? I think it's fox. Stags and bears by the look of it, whereas this thing, not so much. You've got boar, you've got a doe there, and coyote. Oh no, so that must be wolf then, the other one. Could be. Anyway, get out the caller, the bleater once again. Oh, wrong one. And it looks like, oh yeah, it's going to get darker because that's a big, big cloud. As I said, I've had quite a number of encounters with some bad weather. It's nice to know that at least if you're in a hide, though, the rain doesn't come in. I was expecting to cheap out on that front, and if you're in a hide, the water comes straight through. But no, it doesn't. It does stop, which is fairly good. So I'll have another look with the binoculars. As I said in the previous video, this is not a game where you can say 100% what you're going to find and what you're going to do. If it was supposed to be all about the hunting, I would just make it a clip video. But as I said, we're taking in lovely sights and sounds and never look at the sun with binoculars or telescopes or anything like that. That would be unfortunate for one's eyesight. Not conducive to sight. So looking around, not seeing anything apart from some lovely scenery and terrain. We can see all the way over to there because visibility is quite good. Oh, black-tailed deer mating call. Right. So wind is the opposite direction, which is perfect. And we know that there's deer about. So this is good. It just depends on whether it comes here. Now, two things. I'm not too sure whether a deer is intelligent enough to figure out why there's a mating call about 30, 40 feet up a tree. Secondly, I'm also not sure if that is the case, whether it would be modelled in the game. I'm going to go with no on both fronts. In terms of noise, we are not moving, so we're not making any noise whatsoever. In terms of visibility, you can see we've just got that flat line there. Whether we stand up or crouch, it doesn't matter. You can't go prone because, well, you wouldn't be able to. But at least we know there's deer in the area. This is good. There is a little bit of hunter's activity. You can see this here. Quite a number there and there. This is where, as I said, I had that. There was 3 of us in total, myself and a couple of mates, and I was in this position. One was over here, one was elsewhere, wherever it was. And because even though they were getting good kills, because of the amount we were getting from this tree stand here, this was just solid purple. There was nothing elsewhere, I don't think, which is yeah, unfortunate for me because eventually it did dry up as the animals just went nope and completely avoided the entire area. So, just gonna have a quick look with the binoculars, looking for movement. No, some leaves moving there. Oh, that's looking nice. That it's looking very nice. The terrain is quite different. I was hoping it wasn't going to be like a MMO type of terrain where as soon as you go between this zone and this zone, which it's all black-tailed deer. Fairly poor shot. I'm not going to take it. I'm going to wait until it turns. And there's a warning call, but that felt like a good shot. Just behind the front legs. Down in one, I think. Down in one. Yes. Flesh, liver, stomach, left lung. No trophy. Cause why? Class 4. What's our score? Is it just... Either way, we didn't get the Guess we didn't get the right score. Session score 300. I don't know. I'm not too sure why. Either way, you can see the hit there. So it was a good hit. I was hoping for the lung anyway, but hitting the stomach and the left lung, that was pretty much instant down. And there you go. Accept. Alright. So, there's our reward. Experience, money, quest done. Let's get back up there. We'll probably get another, well, hopefully we'll get more, but if that's all we get, I'm happy. I've got the mission done, and as I said, we're sort of just chilling out up in this tree. Look on the map, you can see there is, yeah, a bit of hunter's activity. Not massive amounts, but hopefully we'll get some more. So we'll see. We'll have a look at our phone. And so, Richard Hope, bears, I knew it. Usually don't care about the antlers, but I'd like a nice pair used for rattling. Accept the mission. Harvest a male black-tailed deer and earn a quick kill bonus of 50 or higher. Right, so I think that was female, so yeah. So we're going to need two male, apparently. So 0 of 2. In terms of missions, one of the, I think, big downsides of the game is that in multiplayer you can't do these missions, which is a big shame. Not only because it seems like a bit of a wasted opportunity for you all to play and do your own missions while playing together. Even though this game is a multiplayer game about playing together alone, like if you're all together, you're all in a hide and just nattering away, it's fairly cool. But you're not going to get, unless you're all hit the same animal and do that sort of thing, you know, one person shoots, you know, the other person's not going to get a shot because they're going to run away. So you tend to play in the same thing, but not together. Anyway, I digress. Yes, I wish the mission log would work in multiplayer, which sadly it doesn't. You do have multiplayer missions, challenges rather, so I think the host can set it going and say, right, the first to say get 5 kills or to get, you know, X number of certain animal, that sort of thing. But it's just a challenge and you don't get any money or experience off it, which again I think is a missed opportunity. It would be nice if all of these, certainly these mission logs can be done in multiplayer, but also if you did have those challenges that would give you a bonus as well. Not just because it's nice to do, and it's, you know, I'm generally a very goal-oriented person in these games, in most games anyway. I like to have something to aim for. But also because of the experience you get experience doing it, and quite frankly, playing multiplayer, you tend to just get a lot less, which means, you know, fewer perks and skill points and that sort of thing. I found that, you know, sometimes I've been playing single player just to get those, because obviously you get different skills. Speaking of skills, I think I did mention that I do have a skill, so I'm looking through this, and if I press F, you can see on the right hand side, we get the cooldown there, and we also get windage, so 1.48 meters at this distance, and with that amount of wind, you don't even have to compensate for it. That is within all shot deviation anyway. So, you know, if it was like, say, a 40-mile-an-hour wind at a couple of 100 meters, then yeah, you'd have to start thinking about it. But we're not shooting to that island over there, so there you are. You also get like zeroing as well. So we've got, let's have a quick look at the skills and perks. So rifles, this is our perks here. I've got 1 in muscle memory, unlocks the ability to ready your next shot without leaving aim mode. We have steady hands, decreased wobble when in aim mode for using any weapon, and then finally windage. So I would probably redo that to zeroing. I think zeroing would be a better thing for me. Allows you to switch between short and long range zeroing, so that would be probably pretty good. That's first and second levels naturally. In terms of skills, it's all in Stalker, even though a lot of my time I spend to be in ambush, because I just think the Stalker skills are better. Locating tracks, direction of tracking, distance of the tracking, and directional is better. You've also got track knowledge, so reveals information about the animal's gender. The next rank is appropriate size of the animal group, and then the next one is approximate weight. The ones I'm really wanting is soft feet, which I need to get 5 skill points in order to get that. It reduces the noise generated when moving through foliage, such as grass and leaves, and then the next one is noise again through vegetation, such as bushes and shrubs. So that is really, really good, I find. Oh, I guess. I'm just guessing that that'll be really good. It sounds really good. And then improvise blind, further increase your visibility when in large bushes and shrubs. So yeah, that'd be quite good. Anyway. Bleater. And we'll see if anything comes our way. So, one good kill there. I don't like the idea of, if you're going to be hunting, not just literally wounding it and the animal being in pain and running off and all that sort of thing. It doesn't suit me, even though it's literally a virtual thing. It matters not once we shut the game down, etc. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm mainly listening out for... I don't think I saw that. I heard it and then we had a quick look and we saw it. Although I'm fairly embarrassed to admit, but the other day, once again playing a bit of co-op, we were over... Where was the location? We were over down here, I think. Was it that one or was it that one? Yeah, it was not. That one was where I got the coyotes. It was over here. It was there. So me and a friend had put a hide up, sitting around here, getting pretty dark, and just chilling out, talking garbage. It was Friday night, couple of beverages, libations, in fact, and just getting a couple of kills. It's all right, pretty fun. And then I heard a noise, and I was like, "Oh, quiet a second," and just listening around, listening for movement. Could still hear noise, but it was always to my right. And it didn't matter how far I turned to the right. I could do a 360. It was still to my right. It took me 2 minutes to figure out that it was my external hard drive seeking and doing a backup that was making like little ticking noises. Because it's on the desk to the right of me. And because I've got open backed headphones, the sound was leaking through. And I was hearing just ticking from that side that I thought something was walking, because it was making almost the same sound as like a deer does when it's slowly going through the forest. I may have said a few choice words on that one. It went from relaxing to an external hard drive going 400 mile an hour into a wall. No, that didn't, because that would be silly, but you get the idea. It sort of pains me to admit that one. Anyway, I've done a couple of bit of bleating there, and I'm just looking around now to see if we can get anything else. You can see the sun is... Yeah, this looks like the clouds have all gone. It's actually... The fact that these clouds are all... I was going to say simulated. That should really describe better, but these are all... It's not just skybox. They're actually a real thing. So even the little ones there look to be as well. So that's pretty good, which is why if you look, you can look up and see loads of clouds and think, yeah, it's going to be dark soon because it's going to include that and blah blah. And was that some noise? I think it would just be the standard rustling of the trees. Be sort of ironic if I look down there and there's just one deer just chilling out down the bottom. It's unlikely though, isn't it? I might try and get a kill with this air rifle, but I've had limited success with it, primarily because of the inaccuracy of it. Even though, according to the inventory, it is about the same. Accuracy 64 and accuracy 60, so there's not much in it. The difference is the bullets. So, the 7.62, penetration 15, expansion 17. Hollow point, penetration 15, expansion 70. So you hit something with it, it's got the same penetrating power, but a lot more expansion, so a lot more damage will be caused. The problem is effective range. 150 metres as opposed to 50. And there's been many a time when I've just looked at an animal down there, fired, and it completely miss, and I have no idea why. Which is strange. There we go. It would be nice if I brought a tent along as well, so I could, like, not fast travel, skip time. But I don't have the weight. I could have probably put the other weapon away, but I always like to carry that because, well, if I have that, it seems to, if you see any, like, coyotes or rabbits, it tends to be a better thing to shoot them with. But, obviously, it's, yeah, it's something I probably could have done. Don't really know. The tent themselves are quite a heavy beast. So carrying a tent and carrying this tree stand. Don't know if it's possible or not. You can actually get backpacks in the game, which increase your carrying capacity, but it also decreases your stealth rating essentially. So you are a lot easier. It's a lot easier for animals to see you. Looks like the weather's changing. See the cloud coming in. It's darkening up a little bit and the wind's starting to get up. Have a quick look over there. Can't see anything. It's unlikely an animal will come across that ridge anyway because it's open. If they are, probably going to run from cover to cover. Have a look over there. There's a couple of instances where I don't know how I found this out. I think there was an animal, a coyote or something, behind a tree. I saw it and I followed it, and it stopped, and it was just like laying down in some bushes there, but I couldn't physically see it. So I knew it was there, I just couldn't see it. And you can't tag an animal if you can't actually physically see it. It's not like it's drawing a line of sight to it, but there must be something like that in it, because during the transition of here and here to there, so from actually not using the binoculars to using them, there was a split second where it would allow me to press F to spot it. And yeah, I think it's unintended, and I don't think I could do it because it wouldn't allow me to press that while you're still in the middle of the animation, but it did pop up just slightly. I mean, we're chilling out around here. I don't know if we need to, because in the day, black-tailed deer need zones there, white-tailed jackrabbit need zone there. There's a bit of hunter's activity. Not enough, I would have assumed, to drive all the animals off. But then, well, we'll give it a little bit longer and see how we get on. In terms of the mission, obviously we have to get... we've got side missions. Travel to Mount Leviathan and spot 2 different coyotes. We've got harvest male black-tailed deer and earn quick kill bonus of 50 or higher. And then for Doc, travel to Lake Chila, harvest white-tailed deer or black-tailed deer at night. That's something that we could try in a little bit. If we give it another 5 minutes here, and then we'll probably try that one out. We've also got photograph 2 different black bears and harvest 3 black-tailed deer. So both this secondary one and that one, I wonder if we can do it at the same time. If we track that mission, that one there, get our phone out. Yeah, we're on 2 of 3, yeah. So we just need one more, and ideally a male to get the quick kill bonus and indeed the antlers there. So that's a movement down the bottom. No. Nothing over there. Sun's back out, but the wind's still up a little bit. A movement. See, rotating like that doesn't make any sound, which is good. I don't think I've ever been spotted while in one of these things, and I've had animals literally walk underneath it like that. Normally what will happen is they'll walk underneath, they'll stop, they'll smell, and go, I can smell something, and then dart off. So, what's that over there? Moose mating call. Well, we know they're over there, the moose. That's the second or third one we've heard from, but we're not hunting moose. Nor do we have the kit? I wouldn't say so. No, I have taken out moose, but it was with, might have been with this actually. No, I can't remember what it was. I think it was the 270. I've got back. It's one of the things you start with. I have got also a crossbow and a bow, a composite bow. I've had, I wouldn't even call it limited success. I've had one single solitary success with it and about 30 or 40 failures. It was on that game trail that I mentioned before up here, and it was at night, and I had the bow, and I only had 10 shots. And I thought, you know what, I'll try. So I got the ones that I needed, and I thought I'll try with this bow. And a bear came right there, like literally there, right? Imagine like that, like clump of bushes there. And I shot from here with the bow, and it missed. And I couldn't believe it. I had a scope on, red dot and everything. I was like, right, fair enough. And then, a bit further down the line, maybe 5-10 minutes, more noise, deer came along. Probably where them little white flowers are there. Shot at it, missed, and it ran off. Another moose again, and a moose, fairly big animal, literally got to where that like sort of little bush is there, fired, missed. I'm thinking, what's happening here? I'm firing and it's just going to go like skating over there. I had no idea why it was missing. I don't know whether it wasn't accounting for elevation or whether it was just generally a really bad shot. I don't know what. I don't know how. Either way, I got down to my last 2 arrows, and on the second to last arrow, a bear came along, and it was actually quite a ways away. I say quite a ways away. It was where that log is there, and I fired, hit it direct. It got about 2 feet and just collapsed. And when you look at the damage it causes, it's unbelievable. It was like extreme bleed rate. You know, that thing wasn't going very far. It might have gone from that log to that log, and then just keeled over. And I was like, oh, okay, that's a thing. But yeah. Get another couple of calls out. I'm tempted to go over there and find that moose, but that's not what our objective is. And also the wind is completely in the wrong direction. We'd have to go either to the lake and work our way, but that's probably still the direction's probably still wrong, or go up and round that way, and that's probably not the way forward. Can you hear noise? I think it's just the wind on the trees. Yeah. It's unlikely then. I don't know if anything's going to come. It's 10 to 11. That's this tracked animal. It's about what we did last time. Very high bleed rate. Didn't get the details, but we got the animal. There is a trophy lodge as well. I don't know if this is DLC. There's a lot of DLC for the game. Some of it, quite frankly, I think the game would benefit from being in the standard. Certainly tents, and tends to allow you to all the time, and the ATVs, the 4x4s, quad bikes, whatever you want to call them. Both those, I think, the game would benefit from just having a standard. But there you are. I don't know why I haven't gone for any ambusher skills. Increases the amount of scent we get. Range of lures. Dazed and confused. Adds a random chance of attracting an animal that is not usually attracted to a particular scent. I don't know how useful those are. And spotting knowledge. Approximate health of the animal. Approximate trophy rating. And aware the animal is of nearby threats. That might be quite good. Sight spotting. Locks the ability to spot animals while in aim mode with weapons. Means that you do not have to switch between binoculars or rangefinder. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay. Tag. Increase the duration of traced outline an animal after spotting it. Locks the ability to add spotting outline up to 3 animals simultaneously. That's really cool. And this one is good as well. Keen eye. Unlocks the ability to scout surrounding area for animals and signs of activity near a lookout point. You must be within 10 meters of the survey map and a lookout point to activate the skill. Activation can be repeated but comes with cooldown time. So level 1 is adds chance of revealing need zones on the map near the lookout point, and the next one is adds chance of revealing animal groups. So even better. Even better. I don't know if we're not going to get anywhere while we're here. I don't think it's going to happen. I said I'd give it another 5 minutes, but you always think if you move off too early, will something wander by in that minute after? But then where do you stop? 10 minutes becomes 5. Hang on. 5 minutes becomes 10. 10 to 15. 15 to 30. 30 to an hour to a lifetime. So... Ooh. Ding dong. Right. I've got the rifle, and I've got my air rifle. Don't want to try the air rifle. I'm really not going to risk it. Good kill. Okay. There you go. Patience. Patience. And just think, I was about to move off as well. And then if it wasn't for my little ramblings...
Well, that should do it. Hope should have enough to make it through the season as long as we have no more incidents. Thanks a lot.
So, trophy rating good. Male, class 4. Gold trophy. All the checks passed. Flesh, right lung and liver. You can see your true score there. It shows you what you've hit. Yeah. A friend was saying, why don't they put in the slow-mo kill cams from Sniper Elite? And I thought, don't think it's strictly needed. Accept. And there you go. Harvest 3 black-tailed deer. I'm sure I had movement over there again, but it's unlikely there. And let's look. Mission log. So that one's passed. We've still got one for hope, which is harvest male black-tailed deer and earn quick kill bonus to 50 or more. Do we not get that? No. That one. Oh, we need 2. Right, okay. So at least it's... I was going to say, I'm glad it counts both. I'm glad it counted both. Okay, that's fine. We've leveled up, so what I'll do, I'm going to take down this stand now, so you press R on that. It doesn't tell you that, but there you go. A lot of the places, you have like a little pack or something, and you do it that way. But we're going to pick that up. Mission log, we've got travel to Mount Leviathan and spot coyote, and travel to Lake Sheila and harvest white-tailed deer and black-tailed deer at night. I'm going to set up that one, Lake Sheila. Let's have a look at the map, which is over there. And we also have the hunting structure and the black-tailed deer between 5 and 9:30. Okay, all right. At the risk of making this a terribly long video, do we want to do that? It does say at night. What's classed as night? Well, after 6, I would imagine. Okay. The nearest point is here. That's a bit too far away. Okay. I think we'll fast travel there, and that'll be my next thing. Because otherwise, by the time we get there, driving on the ATV and that sort of thing. Oh, as soon as we turn up, there's a mating call of a black-tailed deer over there. Well, you know what? It does say harvested at night. Yeah, go on. What I'll do, I'll go in here. I'll time advance it. I mean, that doesn't really make much sense, because if we time advance it to say... Let's see, it's just 11:30. We'll time advance it to say... about, yeah, 30 minutes past 10. Sure, it's like at night anyway, if nothing else. But I mean, that animal could have headed off God knows how long ago now. But at least you get to see it at night. So put that away. Don't need the stand. It's a bit more open around here. So you can see the trees. They're not as big, and there's fewer of them. So maybe a tent would be the way forward. But I'm going to run up here. See if we get any warning calls. Oh, actually we have a skill point, don't we? Skills. 1 skill point. I think you get alternate skill points. It's skill then perk. I would like to get that, but we need to get more. Increase it here. Visibility rain. No. Increase the number of uses per canister for all scent lures purchased. I don't use scent lures. I think focusing on the stealthy stuff is probably the way forward. So I'm going to go for locate tracks, or... What's this? Track knowledge. Reveals information about approximate animal group size when investigating need zone tracks and animals' health when investigating blood trails. Ah, that might be quite good. Blood trails. No, you know what? No. Direction cone is narrower and tracks detected even further away. I think is the way forward. I do have a night vision scope and set of binoculars, I believe, as well, but I'm not going to use them because I don't think it's really dark enough to do that, and it is just your sort of typical green Sam Fisher view. So we did hear some noise over here. That was, admittedly, quite a while ago. Oh, we have to go up the lake, though, don't we? I'm just going to go over here to see if we can find any tracks. But it's mainly just so you can see what it's like at night. So there's the moon. The mun. Won't focus in. But there you are. Like an owl. I mean, it's still... I was going to say still a pretty game tonight, but it's always a pretty game. We're making all kinds of noise going through here, so if there's any animal around, it's going to be legging it at this point. Whether or not it makes a call or not, I do not know. I mean, just listen to the sounds. It's really noisy at night as well. What's that? Is that a watchtower? There's a watchtower. It's that watchtower there, in fact. You can only fast travel to the outposts. You can't fast travel to the other ones, which is a bit of a shame. Same as the blinds, you can't fast travel to those. I don't know if there's any other way of doing it, but there you go. I've got me tree hide here. I'm just trying to see if there's any place to put it, just out of interest, but it doesn't look like there is. Okay, I don't think there's anything... Oh, actually, sorry. My fault. At night, you can't actually see the tracks. There we go. You can't see the tracks unless you've got your torch on. I totally forgot about that. So, I think you can still detect them. So if we come over here where we know there are, yes, you can still examine them, but you have to put your torch on. And the black-tailed deer is going that way. And a warning call. Ooh. Wind direction's good. We know it's down there. We know it's relatively close too. But I've got poor visibility. I'm making noise and there's poor cover. I'm hoping that it hasn't legged it. Goes that way. We're going to check the droppings, but there's no point, is there? Because we know it's over here. Because it just made the call. I mean, this is not going to get me the black-tailed deer at the lake, but hopefully we'll be able to movement. There it is, it's right downwind as well. Oh, it's the air rifle, wrong gun. Wrong gun, do we have time to switch? Nope, still legging it. Oh! I hit it! I hit it. Right. Bit of a panic there. I think I hit it. I did hit it. That's not examining the blood trail, but I know it's this way. Ah, but which one? This one. Okay. I believe that they will always bleed out. I believe that is the case. Roosevelt elk. That's new prey. Ooh, cool. Bleed rate very low. So we may be chasing this for quite some time. And, as I said, if you don't have your light on, it's a pain. So, following this blood trail... Yeah, so as I was saying, I believe that they will always bleed out. Regardless of the bleed rate, it's just how far you have to track the thing. Obviously, getting more points in tracking like we have at this stage is an advantage for us. So there's elk up there, right? Because we can see these tracks further, and we got a narrower cone. I'm finding the blood, because if these tracks get messy, then it can become a bit of a problem. Especially when they're going over their own tracks in different directions. Now, this is case in point. From here, where's it gone? This way, and then I'm guessing that there. But without the skills, we might not have detected it. And this might not even be the right one. I think it is. Looks to be correct. Yeah, blood trail. Yeah, there you go. And we'll continue. Even though I said that I believe that they always bleed out, I think if you just leave it to run off, I'm guessing it'll just despawn or whatever if it gets a certain distance away. But then again, it's all assumptions. I don't know. Warning call for a black-tailed deer. Yeah, I'm aware. Might be able to chase it to the blooming lake at this rate. So once again, following the tracks, but we're looking for blood. But it's getting messy now. It could have gone. It's probably going to go this way. Not seeing that. There we go. A bit more blood. Remember, he only hit it with an air rifle, so it's the wrong type of weapon to hit it with. I was going to switch, and then it bolted. It actually smelt me. Yeah, that was the thing. It got my scent, and that's gone right down here. So let's skip ahead. All good trackers will just look at the lay of the land and go, right, we don't need to follow every single track. Where would the logical next spot be? The thing is, I'm not a good tracker, so I could be running in the wrong direction. And in fact, with there being no blood, that's entirely possible. I'm going to continue on this path because it feels like it should be the right path. And it's on a run. But then again, no blood. Have I missed it? I haven't gone the wrong way. Let's get to the end here. Just now, droppings. Have I lost the track? Not seeing any... Oh, it's more droppings again just now. Loads of droppings, but no blood. Do I double back? Do I double back? I'm gonna have to double back. I didn't want to, because it's a couple hundred meters back, but at the same time, I need to find the blood trail, because this is something running. I mean, this feels like the right direction, but at the same time, the more we go out the way, the worse it'll become. I wonder if holstering the weapon we run faster. Doesn't seem to be the case. I don't know. There are obviously loads of calls around because we've gone well outside of the zone of original firing, but I think unless you kill an animal anyway, it won't do that. So we're getting ourselves back to the last blood splatter. Because it got very messy with a lot of these animal tracks, you see. And it's when the animal goes back over tracks it's made earlier. Especially since I don't have the skills to determine that. I can determine how old droppings are, but not anything else. So it was just at the base of this little cliff, wasn't it, when we got a bit mixed up. Because one goes down there, you see. We thought this was going to be the case. We thought this was going to be the track. At least it's some free and good cardio. So we've got that going for us, which is nice. So, there's a blood trail. It does say that direction. So it could have went down this way. Fresh. So did it come down here? And go that way? No, it has to. I can't imagine it going anywhere else. Unless there's something over here. Let's have a quick look. We're still highlighting this one. There's nothing over there. There's nothing over there. Okay. Due diligence has been done. So we were on the right track. Nice to go and get an ATV, but there's no other tracks. I'm not seeing any other tracks. And this is still on a run. Still running. The fact that there's no blood trail means that it's worrying. It means that it might have just stopped bleeding. It also means that perhaps the animals don't always bleed out. There's been many updates and things to the game, and a guide I was reading said they always do, but that might not be the case anymore. Either way, we're going to continue heading back to our original end point and continue on. It is a fairly long run, this. I'm just hoping we can end it on a high note, as opposed to like the previous video where we missed the shot. I mean, I totally messed up that one anyway. I just wasn't expecting it to be where it was. Right, so continuing on. still following these tracks. I think this is about where we got to. You can see all the grasses. Sort of patted down there. Still running. You can see on the top right, it's still saying run. There's more droppings. And still going. And I'm going to stick on the path for a bit. Ah, no. No, we need to. Ah. Fresh. Still running. Oh, walk. Okay. It's slowed down a bit. Is this the right way? I think it is. And still tracks. No blood. Fresh droppings. I mean, you'd have to think that the tank would be empty now, wouldn't you? More droppings. Good grief. Don't know what I had for dinner, but it doesn't agree with it. 45 caliber is what it had. I don't even know where I hit it, to be quite frank. I mean, eventually, hopefully, we'll come across it. But I mean, we've probably tracked it for... I wonder if it tells us how long we've ran after it for, but it feels like a long, long time. Feels like... Well, let's have a look. Well, we went from there. Probably about there. Yeah, there. 19 minutes away, it says. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Right, and down here. Good grief. Oh, was that it there? No, that's a rest zone. I'd love to pick it up at this stage, but I've still got too much to run for. No blood. I don't know whether I'm just chasing ghosts here. It's on a trot now. I don't know whether we start stalking or we keep running. This is unfamiliar territory for me. And... oh, right. It's going all which way now. It's running again. Oh, don't go in the water. If it goes in the water, that's it. Just now it says, but realist. Whoa, is that a deer? Wrong gun again. What? I think it's glitched out. Oh, we have another deer to deal with now. Also fumbled the wrong weapon once again. But that's where the original one goes. And we've got another one over here. Hang on now, let me check this one, see what this bleed rate is. I can't believe we went all this way. And that was probably... I didn't like the fact that I was glitched out like that. What's this one? Blood splatter just now. No vital organs hit. It's not telling us the direction though. But we know it went this way. I mean, that's a mug's game trying to chase that one down, innit? Unless I can find any blood. Nope. Right, back over here then. I think I'm going to give up the chase, to be honest with you. Droppings. But from which animal? I think it's that one. Yeah, okay. Shame. Same. Oh, hang on. Hang on. No. I thought that was a big clump. I thought that was the animal. But it doesn't look to be the case. There's only so far we can run, and only so long a video can go for. Shame. Shame on both counts there. But we've had a nice little trek through the woods, if nothing else, and I think we'll come out a lot fitter than we may otherwise have been. That's been a little bit of the Hunter Call of the Wild. We did a lot more than I thought we would. Very, very happy with the first half, where we got 2 good kills in that tree hide. Exactly what we needed to do, and worked out very well. These two, to be fair, didn't come here to actually hunt anything. I just want to show you a little bit of the game at night, but did get a poor hit with a poor weapon, and then the same again there, which was glitched out, which was moving all over the place, so I didn't really expect anything to happen there. Either way, that's, I guess, what can happen. At least I know that there's a lot of deer around here, so I might come back another time and check that out, and probably the same over there to get that mission done. Either way, fast travelling back, and we will call it there. Hope you have enjoyed this little bit of chill on the Hunter Call of the Wild. If you want to see more, then by all means let me know. As I said, it's mainly been done for those few that found it quite relaxing and quite, you know, an ambient, serene experience. So hopefully this has given you some of that, and you know, well, these uncertain times when we can't get out, at least a bit of virtual scenery will hopefully perhaps not substitute, but at least supplement. As I said, if you have enjoyed the video, let me know in the comments if you want to see more. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.